Things are different now, Bruce. The government, the public, they wouldn't stand for you anymore.
Coming up next, only Toonami.
Batman has had a string of really successful television shows that have dominated small screens across the world since the 60s.
Start pounding, Joker.
Back before women or certain groups of people were even considered people.
I've worked for you a long time and I'm paid less than Robin. Same job, same employer means equal pay for men and women.
No time for jokes, Batgirl.
Something that I and many others have noticed is that when it comes to live action, our favorite trauma-having fictional character hasn't been the main focus of a live-action TV series since the 60s. I mean, sure, we've had Gotham, Titans, Pennyworth, and even recently the Penguin get their own shows. But I mean, seriously, how the hell did the Butler get a television series? Nonetheless, plenty of Batman-adjacent characters have had the opportunity to be on TV, for better or for worse, but none of them really feel like Batman. So why can't the world's most iconic hero hold a TV show anymore? Before we can discuss why the Caped Crusader can't hold his own live-action program anymore, I think we need to take everything back to the 60s, when everyone was high as a damn kite. British people were controlling the radio, and Batman looked like this.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Hey kids, Batman!
Dad, that's not the real Batman.
Of course I'm Batman.
I still stand by the fact that the 1966 Adam West Batman series and the movie that spawned from it are peak television and cinema, and they both definitely paved the way for most Batman media that followed. This was the first and last time Batman himself was the main focus of a live-action TV series. The reason that this show worked and why it was so successful just comes down to a right place and right time kind of effect. I mean, yes, the show was well written with memorable performances, but it was also pretty campy. Almost like a parody of Batman and the stories he was in at that time. Silver Age comics are rough to read nowadays, by the way. That on top of the pop art style of the 60s that was popular at the time, as well as the way television programming worked as a whole in the 60s. Batman 66 was a relic of the time period that it aired. This series wasn't the only thing that aired in primetime television that featured Batman as the focus that was successful. That's a right-on sentence.
Something wrong?
Nope.
If we take a look outside the live-action realm, Batman has had a slew of popular shows and even one that's currently airing on Prime Video. The obvious place to look at when it comes to Batman on television is with the DCAU. I'm of course talking about shows like Batman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, Justice League, and Justice League Unlimited. Why was this universe of DC shows so popular? You can say that they were a product of their time as well, given the programming blocks that they were airing on. But there's also another thing keeping these shows separate from other shows I've been discussing, and that's the fact that they're animated. Animation has ruled DC Comics characters on television since Super Friends in the 80s, and the great minds of Paul Dini, Bruce Timm, and others really use animation as a medium to further explore parts of Batman's mythos that haven't been explored since these shows ended. So why does animation suit Batman better? I mean, the question answers itself. If you read a page out of any universally loved Batman story from the comics, and then watch any fan-favorite episode of Batman the Animated Series, you'll see how flawlessly the stories and characters from those pages get adapted into the medium of animation. Stylization is a key aspect of getting Batman as a character right. It's what separates the beautiful gothic architecture of Tim Burton's Batman to the average-ass O-block city landscapes that Christopher Nolan used. That was literally filmed in Chicago. The fucking jokes write themselves.
It's my mother-in-law.
Whereas Batman in the 60s thrived from being a product of its time parody, the 90s and 2000s thrived from having Batman in some of the best animated projects of all time, whether it's these shows or 2004's The Batman. Something else I've neglected to discuss so far with the current landscape of television and with what Warner Brothers wants to do with these characters, modern TV really just doesn't get Batman.
Besides, what has television got that I haven't got?
Even though I knew it'd be bad, and, wouldn't you know it, it's horrible.
Let's start with the obvious. Batman needs a good story and mystery. Not just lore dumps like I'm sitting through a MatPat video, but that's just a theory.
Anyway, let's cheer things up a bit. Here's a cute picture of a sloth. Alright, back to crack.
Most modern shows tend to over-explain every aspect of Batman for no particular reason at all. You can't really keep Batman mysterious when you keep giving origin stories to his cousins or his bastard children like Gotham Knights. Or his goddamn butler. Seriously though, why?
My name's Alfred Pennyworth, by the way.
What the fuck were they thinking?
Shows like Batman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, or even more recent shows like Beware the Batman and Batman Caped Crusader all make sure to give Batman the mystery that he needs as a character and letting the world and the lore surrounding him form with his character as the story progresses. Another reason I forgot to mention earlier about animation is the cost of production, as it's very much more contained and cheaper to put out than live action, especially nowadays. For a character like Batman to truly work as a character, he needs more than just a CW or HBO budget, especially if you don't want Gotham to look janky or off-brand like it has before. Gotham City requires money to look right, or it looks like a cosplay set. Another main issue that I've brought up several times is the fact that they keep ignoring Batman.
Where's Batman? Fuck Batman.
Hell, I own a poster of Batman. Give me a show. Warner Brothers likes to give bullshit excuses as to why they can't have Batman in his own television programming, which is totally understandable to an extent. Some smaller characters like the Titans or Batwoman I feel deserve their own series, but fans are definitely noticing that they keep avoiding Batman. There's one simple reason that I'm sure you all guessed by now, but it's the real reason that Batman will never work on modern television. And it's the reason that got you to click on this video, like, and subscribe.
Whoa, whoops, oh! I dropped my monster condom that I used for my Magnum Dong.
The real reason I keep edging you all for this is watch time, but also because, drumroll please,
Preparing.
that Batman as a character is too big for television, at least in the landscape it currently sits in. This fact alone is why Warner Brothers doesn't want to sink their tanking revenue into a live-action Batman-centric TV show when they can cast A-list actors to be in a blockbuster adaptation and it makes billions of dollars in revenue for the company. That's why companies would rather focus on smaller characters that no one cares about as much for television shows. Either that or they want to keep him contained to the animation industry. Batman thrives in mythic, timeless stories, 22-minute standalone tales, not slow arcs about Jim Gordon's career. Like Superman, Batman has become too iconographic. Like trying to do a weekly episode about Jesus or Darth Vader. Expectations are unmanageable. There's just so much Batman media to try and keep in mind when making a product like that with characters as iconic as Bruce and Robert.
Bruce, it's been 5 years. You still owe me $16. Fuck off.
The medium of television also has changed quite a bit. The cable days where Batman was thriving in the golden era are now dead in the waters, thanks to streaming wars, which just feels like a non-ending streaming holocaust, since everything is getting taken off of everything. Physical media supremacy, I guess. In my personal opinion, to properly tell a definitive Batman story, a greater budget needs to be granted, and it needs to be written more in a way to still be a slow burn detective story while also fitting in between 50-minute episodes. That, in my opinion, is what makes Batman special, and that's what television has been missing all these decades. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Probably not. This is a really big rage bait video, but I mean, it's genuinely what I feel, so shut up. If you enjoy videos like this and want to hear me rant about Batman some more, I did a video earlier this year about the history of Batman in television, which you can click here and go watch. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, go stream my music, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.